Members often ask me, what do I need to do for an effective presentation? Let's first start with goals for any presentation. Our goal is either to build trust, create credibility, or more importantly, with almost every presentation within our referrals group meetings, is to teach other members how to refer to me and how to create opportunities. I often like to say there's 10 really good different topics, and I'm going to run through those 10 different topics and give you some real-life examples about how you might be able to apply them. But I want to start with prior to your presentation. Number one, make sure your presentation is uploaded in the download section of the website. Number two, always bring handouts. You're hitting different learning styles here. Some people have to see it, feel it, touch it, write things down to learn it. I'm that way. A lot of people, you'll give them a handout, it'll stay on the table at the end of the meeting when you leave. Don't be offended by that. They just have a different learning style than you. Members always say the first presentation is the easiest. Then they call me and say, what the heck do I do for the second? So let's run through a couple of scenarios. The almost best default presentation scenario, number one, is just tell us about a couple recent clients that you've worked with. Go through, how did you acquire them? What did you do for them? What product or service was used? What was the process like? Give us specifics in the scenario. One of the most effective presentations I saw last year was a mortgage lender in Louisville who handed his marketing plan out, said, hey, I'm going to touch on one small section of this, but in his hand he had a legal pad numbered 1 through 7 that had recent clients, their loan amount, their interest rate, where they came from, and he just held court and talked about those 7 clients. Members asked questions. It generated a really good introduction for him that generated 7 transactions over the course of the previous year. Great presentation, very effective. He was in his element. He was also prepared, but he talked about things that he knew and was very comfortable. Option number 2, give us a specific list of companies or targets that you're going after. There is nothing wrong with bringing in your target list. I have seen commercial insurance, property and casualty folks bring in a hit list of over 300 companies they're trying to target. If you want to get real creative, scrub LinkedIn or Facebook prior to the meeting and say, hey, Bart, I see you're connected to so-and-so at Brown & Brown Company. How well do you know them? Option number 3, how do we introduce you to center of influences or different referral sources? This one's really simple, I believe. 1, give us specific people that you want to meet. Wills and estate planning attorneys, CPAs, bankers. Then tell us, how do you want to meet them? You can also apply some elements of option 2 and give specifics, specific names of different people at banks, attorneys, or whoever your source is, so that it makes it really easy for us to work on setting up introductions. Secondly, I'm always a fan of really brief scripts and templates that can make it really easy for members to take time out of their already busy schedule to help you out. Option 4 is really simple, and that is, tell us about how a specific product or service that you offer works. Option 5 is really one of my favorites, and it's seek advice. Our goal with any group is for you to build a team, and there are different types of referrals you get. You certainly get referrals to direct clients or center of influences, but one of the most valuable things that you get is support and information. Some of the more fun presentations that I've seen over the last couple of years where it really showcased a high level of trust amongst the members in the group is where someone comes in to seek advice, whether it's a change in their business model, a challenge that they're having. I've also seen people who are thinking about breaking away and going out on their own, using the group as their sounding board to review their business model or their plan. Or you can take it very simple even and just say, these are my goals for the upcoming year. Here are the things I think I need to accomplish, and ask the group for feedback on marketing strategies, things that they've done. You really are opening yourself up with this one, and it's often a short presentation. You're probably presenting for 3 to 4 minutes and then getting feedback for 18 or 20. So you really have to be confident that you can do this, and if you need help with it, I'm happy to help you prep prior to that on my end to give you examples of where this has worked really effectively. Goals, number 6. People get invested in you when they know your goals. One of my favorites is I've got a realtor that's in one of our groups, and the first year he was a member, he wanted to do 50 transactions. Every time I saw Jeff, I'd ask, where you at on the year? How you doing? When he was ahead of pace, I loved it because I was happy for him. If he was behind pace, it motivated me to want to try to help him out because I know he was helping me out and other people in the group, so it drives you to want to help someone. But within a presentation format, I'm always a fan of sharing goals, but also giving us mini goals beneath that. For example, I recently saw someone said they wanted to do 12 speaking engagements throughout the course of the year. Those speaking engagements help them hit their overall revenue and growth goal for the year. So it's not always revenue or growth or number of transactions. I often focus on 2 to 3 bullet points of little things that help you get to the big picture of what you're trying to accomplish. Number 7, go over your client process. Why would you do this? The big reason is, as members are referring to you, it's very helpful for them to know when I send a referral to John, this is what that first meeting is going to look like with her. Very typically, this is a common one for financial advisors and attorneys to go through. What are the first steps? Or a lot of realtors will do even 2 of these presentations. One is, what does it look like with a prospective seller? What does it look like with a prospective buyer? What sort of information? What's the meeting going to look like? It helps us when we're creating and teeing up referral opportunities to set that person up and to set you apart from your competition. It also sends the message that we know and trust you on a very intimate level. Number 8, management, marketing, leadership ideas, things that have been beneficial to you or things you'd like to learn about. This is similar to seeking advice and could even be lumped into that because you're putting yourself out there and asking for something or sharing a little bit of some things that have worked well for you with the goal and intention that the members might give you other ideas to tweak that or make it more successful or try something new in the future. Number 9, how can we promote you? I like to think of this in a couple ways. Whether it's a Facebook post that we can do on your behalf, sharing an article of interest on Twitter, Facebook, social media, or if you've got an upcoming event or seminar, client appreciation, whatever it might be, how can we promote you? And I want to give you a couple quick examples. Number 1, I recently attended a financial seminar where members of that chapter had invited people on behalf of the host, the speaker. And a third of the room was filled with people that came from their network that they had invited. It was great. It also made the people who invited them, all who also attended, look really good because they sent the message to their clients that we're looking out for you in other ways that just benefit us. In closing, a couple quick tips on presentations. Be prepared, have a handout, and the best advice I can give you with this is the same thing my mom used to always tell me before I walked into a meeting or went somewhere: smile and have fun.